In many ways, he's the opposite of Donald Trump. Dr. Ben Carson is soft-spoken, not a big fan of verbal trench warfare. But tomorrow night, Dr. Carson, who has emerged in the polls as Trump's main competitor, will be standing right there next to the Donald as the Republicans meet for their second debate. ABC's Tom Yamas tonight takes us on the trail and inside the OR with the doctor.
This is the hottest thing out there. This hat, you can't get him.
It's a campaign at times playing out more like a reality show than a race for president.
I'm here for a certain reason. You know, it's called Tomorrow Night.
And on the eve of the hotly anticipated second GOP debate, entrenched frontrunner Donald Trump readying for the attacks against him.
How's your debate prep going? How's the debate prep?
I think very good. But there is one guy giving him a run for his money. From out of the shadows, a new challenger emerging.
Dr. Benjamin Carson!
Nearly neck and neck with Trump in the latest poll.
The debate's coming up. Are you nervous? Are you preparing? What exactly are you doing?
It's not brain surgery.
The retired brain surgeon would know.
Of course, you know, I prepare every day. And I'm learning more things every day.
A New York Times CBS News poll released this morning has Ben Carson fully established as the #2 candidate within striking distance of Trump.
You ever worry that you may trip or something?
No. I'm pretty sure-footed.
Nightline was with Dr. Carson on the trail just days ago in Conroe, Texas.
That's what I call a Texas welcome. Thank you.
When you come out now to a rally like this, what's going through your head?
I hadn't even really thought about how I'm going to start or what I'm going to talk about, but it'll all come to me when I get up there.
So you just basically go extemporaneous from the moment you get on there?
Absolutely. 3 for you.
A surprising admission from a man used to meticulously planning surgeries, but one that speaks to his growing appeal among Republican voters as a political outsider.
Like, do you have lines that you kind of go to that you know are applause lines or not really?
No, I don't really. I've watched politicians do that, and that just doesn't appeal to me.
It was, however, a surprising zinger that helped Carson become the unlikely standout at the first Republican debate on Fox.
I'm the only one to separate Siamese twins. And
the moment some believe his campaign really took off.
The only one to operate on babies while they were still in the mother's womb. The only one to take out half of a brain, although you would think if you go to Washington that someone had beat me to it. But this is going to be anterior frontal.
ABC News was in the operating room in 1999, filming for a special, Hopkins 24/7, when Dr. Carson successfully removed half the brain of a 4-year-old girl who suffered debilitating seizures.
Making life and death decisions and profound decisions that affect the quality of people's lives is an awesome responsibility.
A statement with a certain kind of resonance for a man now looking to become president.
Everything went very smoothly, no problems whatsoever. So the operation's all done. Fat City, all your prayers worked.
What was that like?
I never, through all those years, 15,000 operations, lost my awe of the brain. Every time I would take off that cranial bone and open the door, and there would be the brain. I said, wow. That's the thing that makes this person who they are. And I'm also fascinated still by the fact that in a child, we could take half of that out and they could still function normally.
You're gonna hold your head up? Yeah, see?
Does being a surgeon give you an advantage over the other people you're running against in this race?
One of the things that we learn in medicine is to make decisions based on evidence as opposed to ideology. I like to know what things have worked. I like to know what things have not worked. You know, I like to look at history. And I believe a tremendous amount of information can be gained from that.
The candidate of hard facts is also a candidate from hard knocks.
As a youngster growing up, the thing that I probably hated more than anything else was poverty.
His upbringing in Detroit, Michigan, now a source of strength, was once marked by teenage rage.
One day when I was 14 years old, another youngster was doing something that I didn't like.
Here, in a 1990 video, Carson tells a group of young people how a moment of violence in his childhood cemented his faith.
I happened to have a large camping knife on me, and I grabbed it and tried to stab him in the abdomen with it. Figured I'd put him out of his misery. Well, Fortunately, under his clothing, he had on a very large metal ROTC belt buckle. And that knife blade hit that belt buckle and broke. And he took off. You know, I was even more horrified than he was because I recognized at that moment that I was completely and totally out of control. And I started praying and asking God to take that temper away from me.
So it's easy to see how today Carson is unfazed when his faith is questioned by Donald Trump.
He characterized you maybe as a phony Christian and a phony conservative. What do you say to that?
Well, I would say the record speaks for itself. I don't think people have to go very far to see what my belief system has been.
Carson hoping to turn around the country like he turned around his life, a case he'll try to make on that debate stage. Tom Yamas for Nightline in Los Angeles.